Good afternoon, everyone. It is about 3:40 p.m. Sunday afternoon, and wanted to give you a quick overview of what to expect for the next couple of days as the remnants of Major Hurricane Ida will be moving to the southeast of the Memphis area during the next 48 hours. And so we're going to start off with just a quick overview and step through some of the things we're expecting and then wrap this up. So this forecast that you're seeing right now is the track from the National Hurricane Center for Ida. As of their 1 p.m. advisory, they will have a new one up shortly, but I expect it to be very similar for our area. And Ida did make landfall this morning, late this morning, right around noon our time actually, in southeast Louisiana, kind of south of New Orleans, and moving to the northwest. It had maximum sustained winds of 150 miles an hour, a strong Category 4, and one of the strongest to hit Louisiana on record. It is continuing to move to the northwest and will pass to the west of New Orleans during the evening hours tonight and continue slowly to the north up to southwestern Mississippi by Monday morning. Get my days straight here, and then continue to the north and start to turn to the northeast as we head through the day on Monday into west central Mississippi, and then up to the Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama border by 7 a.m. Tuesday, and then continuing up towards Nashville on Tuesday evening, and then ejecting into the Appalachians, and then beyond that as we head into Wednesday. So you can see the track of this storm is going to take it fairly well to our southeast, but still close enough, especially with a major hurricane having made landfall, to bring us some impacts. It will weaken considerably as it moves to the north, and by tomorrow evening, as it moves into central Mississippi, it will be down to a tropical depression at that point. So let's talk about what we're expecting here in Memphis for the Monday-Tuesday timeframe. We are going to see the remnants of Ida move by to our southeast on Monday night. We can expect periods of heavy rainfall, some strong wind gusts, and a few isolated tornadoes possible, and I'm going to cover all of those here in just a few minutes. Flash flood watch is in effect from 7 a.m. tomorrow morning until 6 a.m. Wednesday, except for Crittenden County. So this is all of the counties east of the Mississippi River. A wind advisory also in effect starting at 1 p.m. on Monday afternoon and continuing until 6 a.m. Tuesday, except for Crittenden County once again and Tipton County, but the rest of the metro under the wind advisory. As far as impacts that we're expecting, strong wind gusts will be likely, shifting from east winds during the day tomorrow to northeast winds overnight Monday night, particularly during the overnight hours on Monday night. The evening hours into the overnight will be when the strongest winds are, expecting up to 20 to 25 miles an hour sustained winds with gusts approaching 40. That could cause a few trees or power lines to be affected. We could see some scattered power outages possible during that time frame. Heavy downpours are also likely, particularly Monday night, and that could lead to some ponding or flooding possibly, especially in poor drainage areas. We're going to want to keep an eye on that, but I expect a heavy rain threat to be during the overnight hours Monday night right here in the metro. An isolated tornado cannot be ruled out, and we looked at the path of the storm, and those isolated tornadoes are typically to the north and east of the path of the storm, that it would be to the right of the path. The highest threat, and even that is low, but still the best possibility for that is going to be in northeast Mississippi. But as that storm moves up towards the Memphis area, especially tomorrow evening, we'll want to keep an eye out for that threat. So let's walk through each of these and look first at the expected approximate maximum wind gusts for our area. And what we're seeing here is obviously the strongest winds associated with Ida down over southeastern Louisiana during the daytime and into the night tonight, where winds could exceed 100 miles an hour. You see those winds drop off fairly considerably as it moves to the north, but still a pretty wide range of winds, well over 40 miles per hour, as it moves through North Mississippi. And then up in the Memphis metro, it looks like areas east of the Mississippi River, which is about where that wind advisory is in effect, we could see wind wind gusts that are in the 35 to 40 mile an hour range. Again, I expect those winds to start picking up during the daytime tomorrow, most likely about 20 gusting to 30 miles an hour during the afternoon Monday. And then the most likely time for the strongest winds will be in the evening tomorrow night until probably just past midnight. As that storm makes its closest approach, the winds will be shifting to the northeast and could gust up to 35 to 40 miles an hour. And then as we head into Tuesday and the storm moves well off to the east, those winds should be out of the north and about 15 gusting to 25. As far as rainfall is concerned, this is one of those where it's a little bit tricky on the forecast. There's going to be some haves and have-nots in this forecast. Some places are going to get considerable rainfall, and there is going to be definite back edge to where that heavy rainfall occurs. Right now, that looks to be fairly close to the Mississippi River as the storm passes by down here over west central Mississippi up towards the Tupelo area. And so this forecast from the Weather Service has the Memphis metro in an area of about 2 to 3 inches of rainfall. That rain will start moving in during the day Monday. And even though we have pretty good chances of rain during the day tomorrow, especially in the afternoon, most of it should still be fairly light. But as we head into the evening hours and overnight and that center of the storm passes by to our southeast, we will get the heavier rain in the Memphis metro. A lot of this will fall during the overnight hours on Monday. If you've got plans Monday evening, that's actually when I expect probably the gustiest wind and maybe some of the heaviest rainfall tomorrow evening. So 2 to 3 inches. A lot of our models are pointing to less than that in the Memphis metro. I would not be surprised if some of us maybe just get an inch or two out of this. It certainly is much needed, and we'll take it. We just don't want 2 inches in an hour. That would be a problem. But a few of the heavier bands that move through could see some pretty heavy rainfall rates as it moves through. West of the river, I think a lot of these areas might end up under an inch. But down to the southeast, not too far southeast of the metro, there could be areas of 3 to 4 inches. So again, we're right on this line. If that track shifts a little bit further to the east, that is going to take the drier area and push it east as well, and we may end up with a little bit less. But at this point, I think we will take whatever we can get, and it should occur over a prolonged period, several hours, many hours, rather than all at once. So that is welcome. As far as the probability of flash flooding, we're seeing a moderate risk basically across most of North Mississippi and south of I-40 for the time period between Monday and Monday night. A moderate risk is a 20 to 50% chance of enough rainfall to cause some flash flooding. So the Memphis area is kind of right along that 20% risk zone. I don't expect to see a lot of flooding, but some of the areas that typically get some high water when it rains hard could see some of that. As far as the severe weather risk is concerned, this is the Storm Prediction Center's outlook for Monday, day 2, and the areas under the marginal risk, level 1, which is, again, very similar to what we're looking at with the flooding risk. Most of North Mississippi and areas south of I-40 are in the isolated tornado risk. Again, I think the better chance of this is actually probably east of Oxford over to Tupelo, maybe up to the Tennessee River in western Tennessee, but we cannot rule out the possibility of an isolated tornado. And in landfalling systems like this, it's not uncommon to see very brief, weak spin-ups. So these are not going to be supercell type tornadoes that cause extensive damage. However, if you're the one that happens to be under one of these weak tornadoes, for you, it's a pretty bad day. So you certainly want to keep your eyes open for that. I would say the best chance of this is going to probably be Monday evening, tomorrow evening. Typically, those don't occur quite as much during the overnight hours. There's just not as much instability to create those. But we're going to definitely want to keep an eye on that, especially if you are southeast of the city. So we'll just close out with showing the track of the storm. Again, you're going to want to keep an eye out for all of these risks as we head into the afternoon hours on Monday and through the overnight hours on Monday night. As this system pulls off to the east on Tuesday, I think our rain chances start to go down quite a bit. I previously had thought Tuesday would be a pretty wet day. I'm looking at a more optimistic forecast for Tuesday. We'll see temperatures in the low 80s, a pretty good north wind, but that will be a drier wind, and so I expect it won't be feeling quite as sticky. And we'll see light rain chances mainly in the morning. As we head into the rest of the week, Wednesday we're going to get a front pushing through here. Very small chance of rain there, but that will really dry us out. The humidity should drop very, very much for the latter half of the week. We should see temperatures in the mid-80s to the end of the week. Morning lows in the 60s. Should be a pretty pleasant week once we get Ida out of here. Hope that gives you the information you're looking for, and we'll talk to you again later.